Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about finding and selecting Amazon KDP categories, as well as an update on my family's continuing journey to be a fully remote working family of 5. All right, thank you for being here. Let's get started. If you don't know me, my name is Kat Hills, and I live currently in the Pacific Northwest with my family. We have 3 kids and 1 cat. We've been in the Pacific Northwest for about 3 years, and we are currently trying to, my partner and I are trying to be 100% fully remote so we can go and be wherever we want to be. One thing that I have tried in the last year has been to start an Amazon KDP business. I didn't actually intend to be a fully Amazon KDP business, and maybe I still don't. I'm not entirely sure, but I had an idea about a journal that I wanted to create, a type of prompted journal that I wanted to create, and so when I was first starting out, was getting quotes from printers and felt super overwhelmed by all of that, found Amazon KDP, and here we are today. Once I decided on the Amazon KDP route, I started setting out my first book, and it definitely was a little bit more overwhelming and time consuming than I had anticipated, but I think I have some things figured out now, and I wanted to share some tips today about selecting your KDP categories, because that is an important part of your setup. So when I set up my very first book, when I was first trying to figure out Amazon KDP, I didn't realize all the things that I would have to decide on. You obviously have your size of your book, the type of cover, your pen name or your author's name that you want it to be under, your title, your keywords, your categories. All of those things are sort of important for getting your book in front of your buyers, who you want to be buying your book. I definitely struggled with selecting. I know that I got lost selecting categories. My first book, I sat there and searched through all the categories that Amazon has to offer, which is a lot, actually. Number one, and probably maybe more time consuming, but the easiest way to do it is to go to Amazon.com and to type in a keyword for a book that you're trying to sell. So if you're making a Halloween coloring book, for example, just type in Halloween coloring book, scroll all the way down and see what some of the most popular books in that search, what categories they are in. And then I sort of, what I do or recommend doing is just jotting down, a big category list, or a spreadsheet, whatever works best for you, so that you can, have 5 or 6 to pick from, narrow it down and select a couple. So yeah, type in your keywords on Amazon and see what categories those books are in. You definitely want to look for the smaller, as small or as niche down of a category as you can find. Obviously the smaller categories have less books in them, which gives you a greater chance of ranking, having a low rank or being on the first page of that specific category. So while this way might be a little more time consuming, I definitely would not discount it. Another way second way, I guess, is to use a free tools, which is what I really do most often these days. I like one called kindleranker.com, and I will put a picture right here. You can do up to 3 free searches a day on Kindle Ranker for categories. Just type in your keywords, again, something like Halloween notebook, and it gives you suggested categories once you hit search. Another thing that I found on Kindle Ranker, they do have a KDP browse. So you can browse the categories, and this is unlimited searches. So I'll put a picture up here. Again, sort of when you're making your bigger list of what you think your book's going to fit into, you can use this and then narrow it down to where you really want to be. And then the last way to search for categories, making it easier, much easier on yourself, is to use a paid tool. So that Kindle Ranker has a level that you can pay for, and I know that BookBolt and I believe Tangent Templates also have paid ways to help you search for categories. So I'll put links to all those down below. I also have heard that if you email the KDP help desk through your KDP account, you can get additional categories added to your book. So that's something to consider if you have something that's a little bit more broad. But again, you know, you really want to make sure the categories that you select are a good fit for your book so that people can find you. Ultimately, I guess we're all trying to get that orange Amazon bestseller tag that you see on some books. So hopefully, you know, one of my books someday will be there. Like I said, I'm still in the first year of my journey, and so I'd love to hear from you or connect with you if you have any other tips or tools or suggestions about Amazon KDP categories or just Amazon KDP in general. Right now I have about 60 books on KDP. Like I said, it started with the idea of one journal, and I've sort of got the bug and have built a little bit of a catalog from there. I'm trying to hit the goal of making $10,000 in my first year. I don't know if I'm going to hit it or not, so I guess we will see. But thank you for being here. I'm documenting this journey here on YouTube, and I definitely would love to connect with you if you are doing the same or doing something similar with any sort of print on demand or journal business. I'd love to hear about it. Another thing I do in my videos is I wrap it up with a quick family update. Like I said, we are a family of five, and we are currently in the Pacific Northwest. We actually live in Oregon, but we spent the last weekend, and I'm going to share quite a few pictures right here. We spent the last weekend camping in the Upper Peninsula, as the Pacific Northwesterners say, up in Washington, and we stayed right outside the Olympic National Forest and did some rainforest trails and some kayaking and swimming on Lake Quinault in Quinault, Washington, and that was a beautiful and gorgeous camping weekend. My family, we have a goal of trying to be fully remote in 2021. Since the pandemic, my husband's job has transitioned to fully remote, as well as mine already was. All our family is in the South, in the state of Arkansas, and our goal was to either move back to the state of Arkansas or do some sort of split between Arkansas and Oregon. We actually bought a house in Arkansas this last month, but we haven't sold our house here in Oregon, and so we're kind of just trying to figure out exactly what to do. We're totally in a state of flux. The COVID-19 situation in Arkansas is a little scary at the moment, and I have two kids that are not eligible to be vaccinated. So we were hoping to get back before school started. Our intention was to spend the school year in Arkansas and the summers in Oregon possibly, but I don't know that that's going to happen. So it definitely feels like things are a little bit I don't even know what to say. Confusing, stressful, a little bit stressful. But that is part of the reason that we wanted to work and live this way, so that we did have the ability to make decisions like these and, you know, not be on a timeline, not be on anyone else's timeline, I guess. So we will see what happens. In the meantime, we'll be here in Oregon, continue to explore and share our journey with you, as well as my own personal goals with Amazon, KDP, and print on demand. So thank you again for being here with me, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.